their proctology exam, soon it'll be cutting your head off. This is no big deal. It's all about getting into your body. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you for doing I'm going to order the 100 bumper stickers. I think that's a great idea because we need to get them out there. But
well, whatever you do, sir, don't plaster them up everywhere. I mean, look, we're not in trouble with light poles with cameras and microphones listening to us. This is not the time to even engage in mild political action with bumper stickers. This is the time to go along with it. It's not the time to climb billboards everywhere and spray paint Infowars.com on it. Don't you dare do it. Hand in your firearms. Give your money to J.P. Morgan immediately.
No way. Hey, I wanted to say two other things. YouTube censorship, I think what they're doing now, I can't even get your uploads. Like when you upload new videos, like I'm blocked from receiving those. So, they may not be censoring them other ways, but that's a way that they could do it that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, how about we check that the TSA workers aren't terrorists, and they get proctology exams by like a robot.
Right.
I mean, that's what I said to the TSA. I said, how would I know you're not a terrorist? Lance,
Alex, real quick. I will double my donation if I can get you to do Marvin the Martian saying, I like Red Man.
Oh, dear, I've lost my red man chewing tobacco. I'll have to disintegrate that pesky earth creature. He has Levi Garrett and Red Man Chew. Oh, dear, carcinogenic chewing tobacco. There's nothing I love her better.
That's great.
All right. Your donation has gone from 1 penny to 2 pennies.
$50.
Hey, you're awesome, sweethearts all. God bless you, Lance. Julio in Illinois, come on down.
Alejandro, hold on. I got to take a sip of some fluoride water, if that's okay.
Because the government, it's no big deal. Everybody drinks fluoride and has some pot-bellied pedophile grab their genitals in their wife's breast. It happens to everybody in America. America always had microphones in the streetlights. It's all part of the freedom. Americans always ate GMO crops spliced with other insects and animals and pesticides. You're not normal if you don't like it. Don't question it, Julio. Come now.
I love fluoride water. I went to college,
they won't drink the water.
I went to college. I want to give a shout-out to my friend Tim, who's a big fan of yours, Alex. We went to college at the Police State University, known as Western Illinois University, where we had fluoridic acid in our drinking water, which is even better than sodium
But
fluoride.
imagine the psychopaths know that eats your brain and 7-fold increase in cancer, and it's such a sick joke. And then, of course, there's all the other poisons, whether uranium, you name it, just it's for the children. Oh. Every time they lower a kid into a grave, they're just like, oh, God, the satanic power is incredible. Ah, yes. But again, we're not supposed to get upset by that. Everything is fine. Janet Napolitano cares about us.
Yes, Mr. Napolitano cares about myself and my family, and yours as well, Alex. They're just playing.
But as much as we don't like her, look at what a literal bloated bag of maggot vomit she is. Can you imagine being that reeking? I guarantee you. You get anywhere near that woman, I bet if she raised her arm, it smells like 1,000 dead bodies. If you got anywhere near her, it would probably just, the vomit would come out of you. She's got an Eddie Munster, white hair and everything. I mean, can you imagine her? Can you imagine the stench of this giant maggot worm?
You can tell she has no soul, Alex. That's why she's Homeland Security Secretary, because she's so compromised with all her filth that she's done, She's perfect to...
No, she's 250 gallons of toilet bowl scum.
Alex, a couple comments, and then I want to wish you best of luck. Number one, Saturday night, I'm getting set to go to a friend's house to watch my favorite band, Humphreys McGee, online. And I see out of the corner of my eye while driving, when I called last year about the Army trucks, I almost got into an accident watching them. I almost get into an accident. I see towards my right, I see our beloved Homeland Security, a Homeland Security truck, TSA truck driving through.
Oh, yeah, around here they've got the buses with her on the side staring at you, saying, don't trust anyone but me, basically. I'm serious. People won't believe it. Type in Homeland Security ads on buses. I swear I've seen them in Austin. And it's literally her. It's all about, I'm in your life whether you like it or not. I'm telling you, trust no one but me. The fish woman. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, this was a legitimate Homeland Security truck. I was following it. I was trying to do a video. It was, late at, not late at night. It was around like 8 o'clock at night, so it's pitch dark. And yeah, so like you said, coming up on 11/9/11, so fitting for FEMA to do their media takeover. I have a feeling when you talked about the TSA checkpoints, they'll probably do one in suburban Chicago. So if they do that, I'm going to have to film it because...
well, no, because they bring that to the mob that runs that, and they're like, yeah, when we rob banks, everybody's got to get down on the floor. You want to train these slaves even more? Crush them. And they sit back and, you like a chicken leg and throw it and, bring me more slaves. I mean, it's all just the attitude of, look at these scum Americans. We'll get their guns. We'll shut down their churches. We'll feed them poison. Right, boss? Nothing can stop us. Yeah, look at the creature we got in Napolitano. She does whatever we tell them, and they do it too. Whoever thought Americans were so dumb and put up with it all? It never ends. I'm sorry, Lilio. I'm doing like a Chicago/New York imitation. But I can do a Boss Hog, too. I'm not bashing Northerners. I tell you what, boy, there's nothing these slaves won't put up with. Ain't that right, Paul? You're going to show them. You're going to learn them. We're going to have pot-bellied pedophiles grope their women and children at TSA for a terror attack we did, boss. Sorry, go ahead.
Don't worry. You talked about the evilness of Rick Perry. I mentioned I was going to go last week to see him up in Des Moines. I went with my pal Tim, and you're right. I was going to ask him a question about Bilderberg. I tried to play nice, brought up Texas A&M football to weasel my way, make a slick Rick feel comfortable. But I tell you what, Alex, I felt very uncomfortable next to Rick Perry. I mean, the evilness.
No, folks. I don't tell people things unless, it really happened. That's why I admitted that I wanted to get on the flight, was tired, and was just sick of it, and rationalized, well, I'll be able to report on what happens. Go ahead and grope me. People are like, well, how dare you not stand up? I was just honest about it. I'm honest about what happens. And Rick Perry, literally, I've been around him a couple times. He actually sends like a shudder up you like he's a vampire. He really creeps you out when you're in person with him. He came over to my table once to leer at me like he was like a vampire or something. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. I felt that. I looked at his face, and he was like a wrinkly-looking...
No, he looks like a zombie. He looks like a vampire. Who's the guy that played the vampire in the 70s and 80s movies? Christopher Lee. He played Saruman, and, it's like Saruman, I'm telling you.
And then quickly, I was going to confront Newt Gingrich on Bohemian Grove. It was a faith and freedom conference. It was like a Christian event. So definitely they were pimping out the evangelical vote, which made me want to vomit being a Christian. But I saw Newt Gingrich. I was very close to ask him about, number one, the Christian conservative values, and then get him on Bohemian Grove.
This is a guy who divorced his wife while she was dying of cancer. And told her, hey, I got a new wife, and then divorced her. But that's a side issue. People get divorced. The thing is, he's for carbon taxes. He wrote the foreword to the Toffler book calling for world government. He is a sack of crap. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, he looks like a sad, depressed man. I looked at his eyes, and he looked awful. All these politicians, except for Ron Paul, you can tell once you're awake. If you see them in person and you look into their eyes, you can tell they're just sad.
No, Ron Paul is the opposite. He's a machine. What is he, 76 now? Ron Paul is a machine, and he is old, but he's stronger than them. He's stronger than these people.
You showed that Darren McBreen piece on propaganda and stuff like that in the media manipulation, studying broadcasting at school, and having you wake me up along with others. It's so easy to pick up media spin these days, and so easy to see.
Here's an example. They had an article off KXAN yesterday I didn't get to about the first body scanner going in Austin Bergstrom, right down the road from me, and it said Abdul Muhammad. In fact, go see if, Dude's already left for the day. He's going on vacation. But They gave me that article last night. It was at KXAN, first body scanners go in. And it's like Abdul Muhammad is the first to go through it. They picked a Muslim to interview, so people reading that article and seeing the TV show, there's a newscast, think, oh, it's for the Muslims. Of course, they use that stereotype to sell it to the public. I mean, and again, you read that, and it's like these reporters think it's cute to be deceptive. They're told, you want to move up here at this operation, you need to learn how to deceive people. And so, but it was more like, go ahead and do a positive piece on this. And then they creatively figure out how to be positive for the naked body scanners for Michael Chertoff. And then they go out of all the people flying and pick a Muslim guy named Muhammad so they probably interviewed 50 people so they could say, see, a Muslim is going through the scanner. And he doesn't mind it. It's just pure crap. I appreciate your call, Julio. Tina in Florida, Zach, and then we're going to go to break and come back with Mike Adams in the catbird seat, in the crow's nest, in the cockpit, in the command seat, in the center of the info war. Let's go to Tina in Florida. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. Thank you. And hi, Mike, too. Do you know that they're using eugenics on our animals, cats and dogs, too?
Well, I know they put chips in them to train us. I know they make them and give them vaccines every year, and it kills them. Till the point where so many dogs were dying, the vets have now said only vaccinate a dog twice in its life. But no, tell me about the eugenics with the animals.
Well, they also have the cancer vaccines in the, medicines that they give the dogs.
The love shots, yes.
Yeah, horrible side effects, itching, allergies, and seizures. So I just wanted to let you know that they're doing that to animals, too.
Oh, yeah, well, I knew they were doing that, and I mean, that's all part of the eugenics. But look at dogs. They're all, quote, bred. That's what it's all about. What do you think of the 27-hour transmission we're in the middle of right now?
I think that's great, Alex, and thank you, George. That was an awesome talk that you had with him, and I think more and more people are wakening up, and I think when you think about something, the other person also thinks about the same thing. You know, as far as awakening and your thoughts on getting everybody together and just letting everybody know what's really going on with the government.
Well, you're right.
And the vaccines, too. Those are really, really important.
Well, I mean, Tina, if we can just get people to not read the information sheet they hand out when they're pushing the flu shot or whatever, that's a BS thing put out by Big Pharma or the pharmacy, and we get them to actually read the insert that comes in the box, our problems are over. I mean, brain cancer, tumors, death, epilepsy. I mean, the list goes on and on. Parkinson's, narcolepsy. Did I mention Guillain-Barré? I mean, read the stinking insert. That's the thing. They're killing us, but no one can believe they're actually doing it. That's what's so crazy. By the way,
right. And my mom, she thinks that we're going overboard on everything that we talk about.
Well, God bless your mother. Again, I was talking to a former famous, he's a well-known prosecutor, what was it, in Miami. I was talking to Lionel, TV host and syndicated radio host out of New York. And he was a prosecutor, and he pointed out he would always run into it with the defense, because the defense will use whatever they know is human psychology and works. And I appreciate your call, Tina. And they would say, but why would this woman drown her baby? Well, why would he bury the children in his backyard? But why? They always try to make it about why. It doesn't matter why. We have the proof they're doing it. But the globalists write books telling us why they're doing this. They think there are too many of us, and they're playing God. Well, I say they go first, and then I'll take them serious. You see? And we've actually documented why. But still, when you're talking to somebody who's not a murderer, who's not a control freak, somebody like me, I never get tired of tasty food, fishing, laying out in the sun, lifting weights, hanging out with my family, working. I never get tired of just simple pleasures. I mean, I could never get tired of, I don't even do it anymore, of getting a cigar at about 10 o'clock at night when you're home and just getting a beer, a glass of wine, firing that cigar up, and sitting back and relaxing. I mean, who are these rich people and powerful people who want more? You want more than a chili relleno? You want more than a beer? You want more than a beautiful woman? More? Like, I want more. Let me beat myself